Welcome back, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Either way, I am just glad you decided to click in and see what I have to say. I hope it speaks. I hope you pull up a seat. I hope you stick around for a while. So I know that many of us know the story of Simon Peter, so I won't hash it out too much. But when we're talking about denial, and rightfully so, I think that's where our minds automatically go to Simon Peter. And when we think about denying our Father, I think we think about denying him outright. I am not a follower of God. He doesn't even exist. That type of outright denying of God. I think it is important to remember and recognize that there are more ways that we deny our Father every day. There is a moment, and if you're honest, you've been there too. Maybe not in a courtyard, under questioning, with all eyes on you, but in the quiet, in the ordinary, in the in between spaces where no one's really watching except God. Simon Peter was bold. He was loyal. He was the one who said, even if everyone else falls away, I won't. And yet, before the night was over, he denied Jesus, not once, not twice, 3 times. I don't know him. And we read that and we hear that and think, that would never be me. But would we? Because denial doesn't always sound like rejection. Sometimes it sounds like silence. When you feel that nudge, say something, stand up, speak truth, and you don't. I deal with that all the time. Every time I do not listen to the things that the Lord is having me say or do, every time I stumble and fall, I know that I am denying what the Lord is having me do. I am essentially denying him. Sometimes denial looks like blending in when you are called to stand out, choosing paths we know are not of him, laughing or going along when conviction told you otherwise, holding back when obedience was clear, ignoring what he's asking because it costs too much to follow through. Not because you hate him, not because you don't love him, but because in that moment, something else felt louder. Fear, comfort, people's opinions. That night, Peter didn't stop loving Jesus. He just let fear speak louder than his faith. And then the rooster crowed. And in Luke 22, it says Jesus turned and looked at him. Not a look of hatred, not a look that said you're done, but a look that said more than words ever could. And it broke Peter. He wept because conviction will do that. It doesn't crush you, it reveals you. And that's what we're afraid of. So, where are we, Peter? Where have we said, I don't know him, without ever using the words? In that room where you stayed quiet? In the moment you ignored the pool? In the decision you knew didn't align? Because here's the truth. Awareness isn't the end. It's the beginning, because Peter's story didn't end in denial. Jesus met him again, restored him again, called him forward, not back. The same mouth that denied him was used to preach him. The same man who fell was the one God still chose. So this isn't about shame. This is about recognition and response. Because we have all had moments of denying him, but we have also had the choice to turn back, to answer the call, to say, Jesus, I'm still yours. Because he never stopped calling to you, even when you stop choosing him. And we can mean it this time. That's it. That's all I have for you. Y'all have a beautiful rest of the night. Many, many, many blessings heading out.